All right, hey, this is Act 2 of the podcast. We're getting right back into it. If you missed Act 1, go back and listen to that thing. Otherwise, this isn't going to make any sense. Okay, see ya. Hello, friends. Welcome back. You're welcoming me back, or I'm welcoming you back. A lot of welcoming going on. Last night was horrible. Rest was affected. It was the first day or night where, should we put on the air conditioning? Should we not? Fan in the window. Now, it eventually got cool enough last night that, cool. But at bedtime, which for me, believe it or not, there was still an hour and a half of daylight, maybe more, because that was 7:30. Your old pal EZ was exhausted. Takes a little bit of effort to do all that needed to be done for a Pooh Bear Mother's Day. She's already in bed. So I go, hell, I'm going to go to bed too. That's what old people do. But I could tell it was just a little bit too warm, so that's not great. Then, just as I'm falling asleep, I hear the infamous Bruce. I knew something was up because he got off the bed. Now, sometimes he'll get off of the bed, and then I'll hear, and that's him telling me something. Now, sometimes he's just, he can get on the bed. He just wants me to pick him up to put him on the bed. He's that type of maintenance. So I get up, put him on the bed. As soon as he gets on the bed, he gets down. So I let him out. That's annoying as hell. Time passes. I hear another dog crying. It's not Bruce. It's now Darla. This is like 1 a.m. Now, I don't know what time it is. Now, if it's before midnight, I got to get up. It's still Mother's Day. And I've already gotten up once. But I roll over, and then I go, yes! Because it was after midnight. So that means it's Monday. Mother's Day is over. So I go, hey, Darla has to go to the bathroom. It's 1 a.m. Mother's Day is over. And I already let Bruce out. And I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear any say, oh, yeah, well, come on. Yeah, you wake her up. You're already awake. Now, fuck that shit. This is equality. This is fair. She doesn't get mad. She gets up, lets the dog out. 5 a.m. It's Bruce. I'm like, what the fuck? Now it's on me. And I was tempted to say, hey, it's your turn again. See if that would work. But I decided against it. I let him out again. So I had 2 out of 3 dog let-outs. Molly says that would have been like you can take the fucking dogs out. That's not fair. That's bullshit. And besides, she doesn't know that I had woken up already. Well, I mean, obviously she did. I woke her up. Jeremy says this is the equality that the broads keep asking for. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to utter that line. Obviously, you're kidding. But that sucked because the 5 a.m. one, now, by the time I get back in bed, it's 5 or 10 after. The alarm goes off at 5:50. So about the time that I'm really starting to fall back asleep, it takes me a little bit of time, the alarm goes off. So I'm waiting for my brain to come unglued and get exhausted. That will probably happen after the conclusion of the back half of this show, as I'm getting ready to post the audio podcast. Man Bun Chris says, then you have to hit snooze. Yeah, she'll kick my ass if I do that. Jeremy says, I'm not going to utter that line. EZ immediately after uttering it. No, well, I mean, I'm reading what you wrote, dick. I'm not going to say it like I mean it, dumbass. By the way, Man Bun Chris here. And it's important to note that the Michigan Rangers are playing soccer this weekend, coming up on Friday. This is important because it's Man Bun Chris. I don't even know what his title is with the soccer organization. But the Michigan Rangers is kind of a all-encompassing term. You got the big boys, the semi-pros, who we'll be talking about right now, all the way down in the youth leagues. So there's a lot going on. All right. Let's see. When is our game? Because he wrote, Michigan Rangers excited to host you Sunday, May 18th. I have Friday at 6:15. Well, why did in your email did it say Sunday? That kind of scared me right there because I had Friday down. It says Sunday, May 18th for our U.S. Open Amateur Cup game. Am I confusing you by reading this email? Is this something... Did you send this out to the world? I guess what I'm confused about is why does this email say Michigan Rangers is excited to host you on Sunday, May 18th? Well, anyway, show up at Davenport University. Oh. He says, I emailed you asking if you could do that one as well. I didn't know that. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, I see it now. Hey, EZ. We recently advanced in the U.S. Open Amateur Cup, and we are now hosting a match Sunday at 8 p.m. Would you be able to take this game? Well, yeah, it just so happens that I can. So now we have 2 games, goddammit. That's awesome. I can't wait. So I go from kind of busy to really busy this weekend. Friday and Sunday soccer matches. Fuck yes. This most recent weekend, though, this just happened. So I ordered that dumpster from Dumpaholics, formerly Dumpster Divers. More on them in a second. Beautiful dumpster gets dropped off. Pooh Bear puts a couple things in the garage in there. There's plenty of room in this thing. And she goes, we need to go downstairs and go over what's to be thrown out. I go, well... Because I think it was a miscommunication because everything that's downstairs I want. And the rest of the stuff I had thrown out as the weeks have gone on. And she goes, so out of all this down here, what is to be thrown out? I go, nothing. And then she says, well, why do we have a dumpster? And I said, well, I didn't order the dumpster. You ordered the dumpster. And she goes, well... Well, there's that flagpole, and there's a flagpole in the backyard that fell over. It like rusted out. And it needs to be cut into segments and thrown into the dumpster, which, by the way, they're about to pick up the dumpster right now. And I have yet, with a hacksaw, cut the old fallen flagpole. It's still laying there. So we get a dumpster. We have nothing to put in the dumpster. And the one thing that I can put in the dumpster, I have not cut it with the hacksaw to put it in the dumpster. Nick says that's throwing away money. Good scrap metal. The flagpole? So the only thing I know about that is there's a place in town that is a metal recycler. And I've done that before, where I bring a shit ton of metal, and the amount of money that I get for the metal is actually less than what I spent in gas to get to the place. I think hillbillies like you do that, recycle metal, thinking that you're getting like a great deal. But no, if I had a lot of metal, maybe. Shut up. Anyway, the point of all this is I got this big fucking dumpster and nothing to put in the dumpster. So, yeah, she tries to put it on me. She goes, well, then why do we have this dumpster? I go, well, you told me to get a goddamn dumpster. So then I bet we have 6 houses in the cul-de-sac. I banged on every door. I go, you got any garbage? Throw it in the dumpster. This one guy's eyes lit up. Actually, his wife did. I go, Renee, I got room in the dumpster. Her eyes, really? I go, yeah. She says, we've been trying to figure out how we're going to do this. And my first thought is, well, you know what I would do? I'd rent a dumpster. So slowly but surely it got filled, including my neighbor Brian, who pitched what looks to be a brand new, you know those what do you call it? Battery-powered lawnmowers that people are trying to convince you are good, but they're shit. He threw his battery-powered lawnmower. It's so goddamn brand new, it's unbelievable. He threw the lawnmower in there. And my neighbor Chris says, you should pick it. I go, no, why would I pick? I go, the point of the dumpster is to get rid of shit. I don't want to get people's other shit out of the dumpster. Besides, I hate those things. Just I never accepted that those were viable options. There's no way you can get the same amount of power out of a stupid fucking battery, especially the way I let my lawn grow. Only an asshole would use a battery-powered lawnmower. I don't know what's worse, dickhead who has a lawnmower with a cord, or dickhead who uses battery-powered lawnmower. What is the point? Well, I'm saving the environment. Yeah, I don't know that you are, because this dickhead, he bought it and he used it 5 times and then he threw it in the dumpster. I'm still using the same lawnmower that I used when I bought this house 14 years ago. And it's fucking great. And it starts with 1 pull every time. Stevie, who's a dumb hippie, she writes, nearly half the people in my area use battery-powered mowers, Rob included. What do you mean? Rob, don't you help mow? Very sexist you are. Tophus says, didn't you say people who use pull start mowers are assholes too? No. Nick says nothing beats 25 horsepowers of gasoline zero turn. Well, the problem with those lawnmowers, maybe that's what Tophus is thinking about. Those particular mowers have so much damn power. They are so intensely loud. It right to my brain. I would probably have to use it and enjoy it in order to become an ally of those things. And the guys who use those, they wear like ear protection. And the rest of the neighbors have to be subjected to that noise pollution. I then went, because this is what dads do. Madison moved out of her house. College year is done. And she has my truck. And she says, Dad, we can't fit the bed frame in. I go, now, bed frames, you know how those work. They fold to form the rectangular shape, and then they kind of fit in like that little puzzle deal, and then you pull them tight, and then those little screws kind of go into the smaller area, and it latches, and it stays firm. Some of them have a little button that you depress to be able to get them apart. Quite simple. But girls are dumb, and they don't know shit. And she says, we can't get it in there. I go, yes, you can. You just have to push. I go, you got to look at it. There's only one way to do this, and you'll figure it out. It's like a little fucking puzzle, you know? You just push the thing, and then you move the deal, and then the round rivet gets to the point where the opening is bigger than the rivet, and you just open it up, and that's it. That then collapses, and it's like taking two bars out. Just nope, this one doesn't do it. It's locked forever. And I go, Madison, I put that thing together. Stand by. She goes, we have tried. I go, who? Me and all my roommates. Did any boyfriends try? No. I go, are there any boys there? No. I go, well, yeah, obviously, men and women have strong suits. And things like this, which, in my opinion, a 4-year-old child could figure this out. But I think that 99.5% of women do not have the mechanical thinking ability to understand how this fucking works. So I was so goddamn annoyed. And she goes, well, we'll just leave it here. I go, first of all, landlords don't like that. That's how you lose security deposits. Landlords, you know what they want when the tenants get out? Nothing. They want vacuums, vacuum cleaned rooms. They don't want dishes in the sink. They don't want garbage all over the fucking place. And they're just waiting to have an opportunity to take away your security deposit. You want your money, right? Yeah. I go, then don't leave them gifts. She goes, well, what? I can't do it. So I have to drive all the way fucking back there, push a button, and it works perfectly. The thing comes apart. It's exactly what I thought. Then she texts me, hey, there might be some garbage on the side of the house. Since we have the dumpster, she's actually thinking, can you bring the garbage, throw it in the bed of your truck, bring the garbage home, and throw it in the dumpster? Oh, and by the way, there's also some trash on the road, like at the curb. There are 2 enormous boxes full of liquor bottles, of all of the liquor that was consumed I'm like, Madison, what the fuck? Did you seriously drink this much? And she goes, well, it wasn't all me. I go, well, I would hope not. So I had to get all the garbage from the road. Then I go on the side of the house. What they've done is they filled up the bin so that it's overflowing. And then there's like plastic bags all around. I go, okay, this is, you would have lost your security deposit if I was not here. So I had to go and get all that fucking garbage out of there and put it in the bed of my truck. The first bag that I grab, I don't know this, but there is broken glass in it. And it digs right into my fucking finger here. You can barely see it. And I figured out just how badly your fingertip bleeds from this little fucking cut. Holy fuck. So I go back in the house, get some fucking paper towel, and I'm doing the old direct pressure thing. So now I'm working with one hand. Finally get all this shit in the bed of the truck. Drive home. She helps me pitch it. There's shit like melted Ben & Jerry's on the inside of the truck bed. I go, you got to help me. You got to clean the truck out. You got to get a bucket of water or a hose and clean this out. Okay, yeah, okay. You help me. I'll do that. I mean, you're goddamn right I help you. Shit. This is all within the first couple of days. She woke up today, though, and she has a big girl job for the next year. The plan is she will get a master's degree in counseling and goes back to college after she's getting married in a month, less than. And away we go. My God. Stand by. You may have seen the news over the weekend. The U.S. and China have some type of truce in their trade war. This news broke late yesterday, and it was very clear that this news was going to result in a massive rebound in the American markets. And that's exactly what's happened, as the Dow has surged nearly 1,000 points since trade began today. This is like today. This is Friday, the last time the market closed at 41,241 Friday at 4 p.m. By the time 10 a.m. rolls around, and I think the market opens up at 9:30. By 10 a.m. rolling around, the Dow is up more than 1,000 points. It's about there right now. All because the two countries have agreed to put a truce in place. Tophus has it figured out. I tend to agree with this. Then Trump will say how great he is, that no one does Wall Street better than Trump. Well, it is a little bit more complex than that. The United States trade deficit is $1.3 trillion. What does that mean? That means that all of the things coming into this country from other countries is worth $1.3 trillion more than what we are putting out of our country to other countries. And then you're like, well, so what? What's the big deal? Well, the problem with that is that the United States, it affects markets. It affects how we spend our money. It affects our investments. And it also affects the dependency of the United States on foreign entities and the influence of foreign companies on U.S. soil. So the idea is, all right, they must pay in order to sell their shit here, to level the playing field. That's the goal. And it does make sense. I can't say to you that I am against the type of capitalism that is taking place with what the United States wants to do with tariffs. As I've figured it out and read a little bit more about it over time, it's not just Donald Trump wants to fuck you up. It's nothing like that. And so what this means is that for 90 days now, these two will kind of go to their respective corners, I guess, to figure things out in this trade war. So this is only with China, by the way. The United States will cut tariffs on Chinese goods to 30% from 145%. China will now drop its tariffs on U.S. goods to 10% from 125%. This follows a deal that the United States announced last week that the U.K. will bring tariffs on many U.K. imports to 10%. Apparel companies immediately jumped to some of the biggest gains because much of their production is often in China and elsewhere in Asia. Lululemon jumped 10%. Nike rose 7.3%. So the shit we buy here is made in China. You want nice pants and nice clothes, you get Lululemon, but you're going to pay for it, but not for the next 90 days. Your Nike shoes, that's right, the Chinese are making those fuckers. Travel companies jumped on hopes that lower tariffs would encourage more customers to fly and feel comfortable enough to spend on trips. Retailers like Best Buy and Amazon jumped because they won't have to pass on high costs caused by tariffs to their customers. Both rose at least 7%. So that's where we are right now. Now, at the end of 3 months, what does that mean? Well, I don't know. What is it now? May 12th? We'll know. August 12th. Unless if they come up with a more long-term deal. Yeah, I think people need to give up on the idea that Trump just wants to fuck everybody in the ass. I think it's a little bit more complex than just Trump's dumb. I don't think he's dumb. Jeremy says it's a standard Trump move again. Create a problem, make the problem a bigger problem, come in and save the day. Well, yes and no. I mean, I agree it sure does look like it, but the idea of tariffs is done to help the country, not to hinder the country. And if you remember, Trump did say, yeah, this is going to suck for a little while because we are still in a non-tariff world, but he wants the tariffs. Tofus says he did that in his last term when he had to bail out farmers when he fucked them all over. Which, by the way, I was just reminded of something that happened just as the weekend was getting started. Of course, on Friday's show, I wished the mothers happy Mother's Day. And then I said that all women who don't want children are assholes, and they win the asshole of the day. And there's the picture of me holding up the asshole of the day sign. It says women who don't want children. It's amazing to me that after all of the nonsense that we talk about on this show, Tofus is so retarded, he can't figure out what is satire and parody. He writes on the subreddit, childless women are assholes? In my opinion, having a child due to peer pressure and not wanting a child is plain old irresponsible. At that point, I'm one sentence in. I'm like, oh, fuck, he missed it again. What an asshole. That kid's going to be fucked up because mom didn't want them. Who really gives a fuck if a woman doesn't want kids? Baffled. I'm like, you fucking idiot. I wrote, it was a joke, dumb fuck. LOL. Revolutionary Tone 54 says, it's the lady version of all veterans are stupid. Romeo Sierra wrote whoosh, which I'm not sure what that means. I think it means going over his head. He says, I can't tell when you're joking, weird fuck. Oh, God. Idiot. Nobody would ever say that, ever. Ask yourself this question, fuckstick. Is that something that anyone has ever said in history? No! Then it's a fucking joke. What asshole would say that all veterans are stupid? Nobody. Nobody would dream of saying that. Oh, my God. Molly says, easy. Sometimes I don't know if you are joking or not. Oh, my God. People. I pretty much have made it very clear that unless I say, I'm serious, I'm not. Badger says easy is going to make him go hide again. No, that's not related. He was having a bad time. He lost his beloved brother, for God's sake. At least that's what he told me. I don't think he's lying. By the way, yeah. I switched over to the Honey Vapo Cool cough drops or throat drops. They don't really taste any different than the other ones. It's just eating menthol. That's all it is. Boy, do these work. And we are now 1 month and 1 day since my cancer. It's not cancer. At least I don't think it is. But my throat still gets fucked up. Man Bun Chris says, we're 5 months post-cough, EZ. No, we're 4 weeks, dick. Anyway. Where am I here? Oh, my God. I don't know if you saw this damn deal. The Federal Trade Commission, they're making a big deal about this, but it's so not a big deal. Like the article that I'm looking at, this is about like when you buy concert tickets or you rent a hotel room. And the price that when you're searching it out, let's say you want to go see whatever artist. It says, okay, tickets are $37.50. All right, I'll buy it. And then when you go to check out, there's a lot of fees that increase the price that you're spending. Increase the cost, adding to what you're spending. Story says, a major step. The headline reads, a major step. Ban on live event tickets and hotel junk fees goes into effect Monday. Now, based on that headline alone, that says that the hotel junk fees have been banned. Concert, live event, hotel junk fees, banned. Incorrect. The only thing that's changed is that they have to tell you when you first are looking at the ticket price. That is not a ban on a junk fee. Today, this all gets started. The article starts out with, say goodbye to hidden fees, comma, at least when it comes to buying live event tickets and hotels online. That's not true at all. The Federal Trade Commission is banning so-called junk fees. The new rule prohibits bait and switch pricing and other tactics used to obscure and misrepresent total prices and fees for live event tickets and short-term lodging. That means businesses must clearly disclose mandatory fees before checkout. Yeah, that's not a ban. That's them just saying, here's what you're going to pay, instead of waiting till the checkout. We caught up with Stephanie Champion, who's hoping to see her favorite artist live. She says there was $111 in fees added onto the concert tickets. It's a charge that didn't pop up until she went to checkout. As someone who often buys concert tickets online for she and her husband, Stephanie said the hidden fees are a problem. A lot of times it's just too expensive and we'll cancel it, Champion said. Right, yeah. That all changes Monday. No. Nothing changes. Just they tell you first. Does that mean you're going to buy it now? She says, I think that having that up front, it doesn't feel sneaky, but feels just, here's the price. You can make that decision right away. So basically, this allows you to make the decision 15 seconds earlier than at the checkout. Okay? That's what this is. It's awesome. I feel like this should have been done from the get-go. Okay, this is not a story. If this was, that is no longer legal to have those junk fees, that would be a story worth talking about. But just that they have to tell you at the beginning rather than the end. Like, who has money to go to these things anyway? In particular, nowadays, like, there is a venue near here called Meyer Gardens. And this is the most overrated venue to see a show anywhere in the world. First of all, it's a hill with a stage. And you think, well, I'll just bring my chair in, you know. And no. If you don't have the right chair, they make you get rid of your chair or take it back to your car and buy one of their chairs. It has to be a certain type of chair that you bring into there. Problem. Now, if I knew ahead of time, and I think there is something on the website, I'd just buy a chair like it. But, okay, got to have a certain type of chair. Not only that, the acts that they have there are usually like, you'll see like Cheap Trick there, or Toto, or Kansas, shit like that. You know, like, oh, God. Now these really, really old bands, or shit you never heard of. And then the ticket prices are through the goddamn roof. Man Bun Chris says it's like bands you'd hear in Kohl's. 100%. So then you want to get, like, there's one artist you like. What these dicks do is if you're a member of the stupid place, then they get first crack at it. So they and all the scalpers buy all the goddamn tickets. And the one act you want to see, you're not going to get. But if you do happen to make it to that, the artists, they don't actually... Tears for Fears, exactly. Night Ranger. Yeah. Chris says, I actually think Cheap Trick is going to be there this summer. Oh, I know, they are. America. Pat Benatar. Styx. The artists no longer make any money for their music. So they charge way too much for these shows. for you to have the live show experience. You wouldn't catch me dead at any of these shows. Even my favorite artist, one of my favorite artists, is J.J. Gray. He is appearing with a guy named Trombone Shorty. And I've never heard Trombone Shorty's music. And I imagine if I were to go, I would just want to see J.J. Gray and then leave. But it's going to be a short set because he's the opener. So I'm not going to do that. And it's way too fucking expensive. Fuck it. Way too much for a drink. It's a scam. And the crowds, they fucking suck. Tyler says those concerts are such a racket. Chris says Hot Wings would go to that show, sit with him. 100%. That would be great. Go sit with my pal Hot Wings. Nick says, this is why I listen to obscure death metal. $20 tickets. Ugh. God. Branjo says the song Sweetest Thing is a great tune by J.J. Gray. Oh, I love that song. I love all of his songs. There isn't a song of his I don't like. Jeremy says, I had a tall Bud Light at the show I went to. $17. God, what a shit show. So anyway, I guess now the big news is they have to tell you up front. Ladies and gentlemen, the sponsors make the world go round for your friend, your old pal EZ, I should say. Dumpaholics, formerly dumpster divers. You can order a Dumpaholics dumpster by going to dumpaholicsco.com. DUMPAHAULICSCO.com. Dumpaholicsco.com. You can call them at 616-375-9962. Thank you to them. If I get this show done in time, I'll go cut up my stupid flagpole. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. The realtor of choice is Adam Kasari in West Michigan. If you are thinking about selling your home, if you're wanting to buy a home, call Adam. He can help you with any of those things. With either of those things, I should say. 616-914-4061. 616-914-4061. Berlin Raceway. We got racing this weekend at Berlin. Am I going there this weekend? I guess I don't know. Berlin Raceway. Tickets just $14 when you buy them online, berlinraceway.com. Kids 15 and under are free. Parking is free. Bring in a cooler, 12 by 18 or smaller. With all of your snacks, all your soft drinks, berlinraceway.com for more details and to buy tickets. Costs more when you buy them online. Thank you to Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV, right in the middle of Grand Rapids, Michigan. They'll fix your car. They'll fix your hybrid. They'll fix your EV. They're at ervines.com, ervines.com. That wonderful crew over at Irvine's, love them so much. Not to mention, you can call them if you want. Megan will probably pick up 616-532-6600. Our pal Nakua Matata says we can all thank Kid Rock. Didn't Kid Rock get with Trump and they signed an executive order that they can't actually have junk fees? I thought the president said no more junk fees. Thank you to Frank Fuss, My Policy Shop Insurance. If you want information, reach out to Frank. Buyinsurancehere.com. He'll help you get set up with healthcare.gov. He can do everything for you. You could do it yourself, but why? It doesn't cost you any money to work with Frank. Become one of his clients today. He is your insurance agent of choice. Go to buyinsurancehere.com, buyinsurancehere.com. I heard an interesting story that I just put two and two together about the new Pope, Pope Leo. There is a large house in Saugatuck, Michigan, called the Felt Mansion. Person's name was Dorr Felt in the late 1800s. Dorr Felt came up with a precise way to do calculations with a mechanical device, I guess kind of like an adding machine. He invented it in Chicago. He made a lot of money, multi-millionaire at that time. And then as he was getting a little bit older, he and his wife fell in love with Saugatuck, Michigan, and they bought a bunch of property. And they had this mansion built. It's beautiful. Right as it was getting finished, Mr. Felt's wife died. And he's like, God damn it. So then he eventually, actually rather quickly, got a new wife. And, she hated the mansion. So by the time it got finished to the time he moved out of it, it was like 3 years. The first Mrs. Felt died, and then Mr. Felt remarries, and she's like, I hate this fucking place. Let's go back to Chicago. They go back to Chicago. This is in the 1930s. And he's like, God damn it, I can't believe this crazy bitch didn't. And then he dies. Dorr Felt died. So now, new wife gets the mansion. Now, it's changed hands a few times, and the Felt Mansion is now maintained by an organization called Friends of the Felt Mansion. It eventually made its way back to the community, and they operate it as like a venue now. There's like a management team. You can get married at the Felt Mansion. One time I saw a fucking Pop Evil concert at the Felt Mansion. It was wild. Anyway, why am I bringing this up? Because the 50 or 60 acres of land there that makes up the property, that was the place that they built the seminary. The St. Augustine Seminary is where the new Pope, I think that's where he went to get cock, like early on in his becoming like a priest. So can you imagine the intense amount of butt sex that was going on the grounds there from all these guys wanting to be priests? So that's where that happened. Not that far from here in beautiful Saugatuck, Michigan, Pope Leo XIV probably got his asshole reamed out for the first time on the property of the Felt estate. There you go. Little known fact for you. Pope Leo XIV. Everybody loves him. It was a conversation. I think one of the things what I love about that is everybody just, we got a new pope, we got a new pope, got a new pope. It's like, yeah, no one should care that there is a new pope. What you should care about is what the new pope is all about. What does that pope stand for? I talked a little bit about this. The pope is no friend of the gays. Francis claimed to be, and then a hot mic revealed that he wasn't so friendly. And at the end of the day, it's still considered a sin according to the Bible, according to people who believe that, even though that word homosexual was added in the 1940s to the Bible. That's true. That word wasn't even in the goddamn Bible. Some asshole put it in there and said, see? Fucking stupid. Anyway, Leo is a little bit more aggressive to dick sucking. He's not about that. And he said, well, I can't be in support. We can't be supporting something that is so strongly considered to be terrible behavior in the gospel. Okay? And it's like, are you telling me that anything in the gospel that is deemed to be sinful should be treated the same way that you are treating the gays? Because there's about 1,000,001 things that are done by John Q. Public that are terrible or that happen and not nearly as vilified. Okay? So fuck that guy is what I'm saying. Man, I get in conversations with people about the Catholic Church all the time. What happened to you? What happened? It's like, what do you mean what happened? I woke the fuck up, asshole. What the fuck happened to you, you goddamn lemming? Go fuck yourself. Jesus Christ. All right. Mr. Tophus Barrel Ass says Catholicism is the worst. I think churches in general suck cock. Churches are terrible. Organized religion blows. All right. The Diddy trial is underway. Oh, my God. Opening statements begin in Diddy's sex trafficking case. He faces life imprisonment if convicted. Opening arguments and witness testimonies began today. Many people, alleged victims, are set to testify, including his former longtime girlfriend, R&B singer Cassie Ventura. That was the chick who he was seen beating and kicking in that by the elevators there. That was rough. The trial is not televised because cameras are prohibited inside the courthouse, so you just got to get updates from various sources. Combs has pleaded not guilty to 1 count of racketeering, conspiracy, 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. According to this, Diddy is a complicated man, and prosecutors will try to paint consensual relationships as criminal defense. You know, just the idea of what he did to that chick when he was beating the hell out of her, that should right there, that's a 25-year sentence, in my opinion. Sean Combs is a complicated man, they say. Mark Garrigo, or Tenny Garrigos, is the attorney. It's a she. I don't know if it's related to Mark Garrigos. Jurors told about Sean Diddy Combs' notorious hotel beating of Cassie Ventura. They said that they would see that video. You will see the defendant brutally beating Cassie during a freak-off at a Los Angeles hotel. The freak-offs were the ones where, like, everybody was just having sex with each other. Jurors they heard disturbing allegations of the freak-offs where Cassie Ventura felt like she was choking as Sean Diddy Combs made an escort urinate in her mouth. Good God. Souvenirs of the most humiliating nights of her life. Diddy allegedly threatened to release tapes of Cassie Ventura having sex with male escorts. Usual allegations, talking about his sex trafficking. It's amazing to me how long it took for this, because this has been a pattern of behavior from what is being said for years and years and years. And it's shocking to me what money and fame can do to cover these things up. until finally something sneaks through. Bill Belichick's girlfriend competed in the weekend or over the weekend in the Miss Maine competition. She did not win. She placed third. And they said she couldn't hide her disappointment. All right. Now, I would love to beat up Jordan Hudson. But she is so ridiculously attractive that when you are that attractive, even when you act like a total succubus on TV during that interview with Bill Belichick, in my opinion, that's all water under the bridge now because she looks so damn good. It's tough to make her look bad. I mean, here she is with Bill. Holy shit. What a babe. Even the most candid shot, she looks great. Like here she is in the car. Bill looks like he's getting ready to push out a square turd. And she looks like $1 million just sitting there. When you're that attractive, the world will forgive you. She's going to have to do something fucked up again for everybody to start hating her. At least me. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the asshole of the day. Do you have any suggestions? I smell a nap in my future. Friday's asshole of the day, women who don't want kids. Eric, I can't believe you'd say that. I'm such a pussy. Tophus says Diddy. No, I'm not going to go and make him the asshole of the day for just an allegation. True, I saw him beat the shit out of her. No, there's far more sinister people right now to deal with. And remember, innocent until proven guilty. No. Some people are suggesting Tophus. No. I don't think so. It's the Segment 18 Facebook group. They are the asshole of the day today. There you go. That's my time. This show is done. I'll see you on Patreon. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Until then, keep it between the lines, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you, folks. Bye-bye.